The Texas Wends or Wends of Texas are a group of people descended from a congregation of approximately 588 Sorbian Wendish people under the leadership and pastoral care of John Kilian, who emigrated from Lusatia to Texas in 1854. The term also refers to the other emigrations occurring before and after this group. However, none came close to the size or importance of the Wendish culture in Texas. History. In 1817, King Frederick William III of Prussia ordered the Lutheran and Reformed churches in his territory to unite, forming the Evangelical Church of the Prussian Union. The unification of the two branches of German Protestantism sparked a great deal of controversy. Many Lutherans, termed Old Lutherans, chose to leave the established churches and form independent church bodies. Many left for America and Australia. The dispute over ecumenism overshadowed other controversies within German Lutheranism. The group which eventually became the Wends of Texas was part of this movement, its members distinguished in the specific ethnic identity as Wends, i.e. a Slavic minority living within a predominantly German environment, resisting the merger of Lutheranism and Calvinism being forced by the national church. This group, comprising members of many congregations and villages, met at Sorbian on March 23, 1854, to make decisions on what was to be done. Finishing the meeting, it had been decided to meet again in May to call a pastor. May 25, 1854, saw the call of Pastor John Kilian as pastor of the newly formed congregation, and plans began to form for the emigration to Texas. Converging at Hamburg, they traveled to Hull, where they were expecting to begin the voyage across the sea. Upon arrival, they found their intention to travel on one large ship was fouled as two smaller ships awaited them. After negotiating and waiting for news to come back, the would-be ship line had found and transported them to the requested ship among the White Star Line's line of packet ships, the Ben Nevis in Liverpool. Of particular note is the 1854 Broad Street cholera outbreak that this group of Wends was apparently exposed to while in Liverpool, England. After setting sail, they were forced to drop anchor at Queenstown Island to have the ship quarantined and the disease complete its cycle. Continuing on, they landed in Galveston, Texas, after passing the health inspection. Finding the largest city of Texas beset by yellow fever, they hurriedly continued on to Houston. By the time they left Galveston, a total of 73 had died from various ailments, chiefly though of cholera. Upon arrival in Houston, many of the Wends did not have enough money to continue the journey inland other than to travel on foot, carrying what they could. Along the way, many stopped short of the congregation's aim in other German communities. Ultimately arriving in present-day Lee County, they founded the Lopinoke settlement. Through the first winter they survived in little more than dugouts and meager shelters. Through the coming year, they finished building the first church and a school, and continued to preserve the culture. The pastor John Kilian persevered, preaching in both Sorbian and German as more German migrants moved closer. Eventually he added English to the list of his preaching languages. The use of German had made such inroads into the community that gravestones for Kilian and his family were carved in German. His sons continued the Wendish preaching and teaching, but with them ended the last of major Wendish language exposure to the small colony. Because of the poor soil quality in much of the surrounding land, many moved to join or start new Wendish communities and churches. Though without any Wendish-speaking pastors, the culture died out within a few generations. present day, with renewal of the sense of Wendish culture since the 1970s. The Texas Wendish Heritage Society preserves the history and culture of this group with the museum located in Sorbian, Texas. The 3,000-plus artifacts, documents and original log buildings of John Kilian and his congregation serve as the chief voice of this bygone era. A Wendish Fest occurs annually every fourth Sunday in September to celebrate their cultural background. They continue to decorate eggs in their cultural fashion, and their egg noodles are never far from the table. The original church bell, having been brought from Lusatia and since replaced in the St. Paul Lutheran Church's bell tower, now rests at Concordia University, Texas, as a testament to these founding Texas Lutherans' desire and motivation for continuing the faith even so far from home.